So we've got our simulated window sections set here. We've got our 1/2 inch gap. Our second layer of flashing tape, once again, only goes on the sides and across the head. We leave the bottom here exposed such that any water that gets in here can drain out. I don't know about the Northerms what the support schedule is for the windows, so I would assume that especially the bigger windows may need some shims on the sills to support the weight of the glass. That is something that you'll want to check with the manufacturer on if they didn't provide literature with the windows. So we'll just focus on this corner to describe how we're going to deal with the flashing detail. So the first step on flashing the 3 sides of the window is to do one of the legs, and I'm going to run my flashing tape up and over the flange a little bit here, like so. And once again, you guys will be using Tyvek straight flash, and your tape, I believe, will be 6 inches instead of the 4-inch stuff that I've got to work with, but you get the point. Once the side flashing is on, both legs are flashed, then the head flashing goes on too. It covers the nail fin, and ideally the flashing should cover the legs, the side flashing completely. And really important, this right here, this is where the buck stops. This has to be J-rollered, has to be wrinkle-free and really well adhered, both to the plywood and to the nail fin on the window. We want a really good bond. This is where the water's going to get in. Once we've got this installed, got it all J-rollered. I'm just going fast for illustration purposes. So when I've brought my Tyvek down, what I like to do is I like to trim about 1 inch or so away so the Tyvek isn't directly on top of the window. It creates a little bit of a step here where this comes across. We still want our Tyvek joint to be fairly tight, but what matters here when we do our final taping job is that we get a really good bond right here to the tape underneath. I like to use the 3M 8067 tape just for the first horizontal tape joint. That'll go right across here. Obviously, if this was a complete window, everything would extend all the way across. But by trimming the Tyvek up 1 inch, I am now bonding flashing tape to flashing tape. I'm bonding to my self-adhering flashing tape on the backside. That's a much better weather-tight seal than if the Tyvek was flush with the window. We would have an untaped, unsealed portion. If some water got back here, in theory, it could run back in behind there between the Tyvek and the flashing tape, and over time things could deteriorate. Because we've trimmed 1 inch, we have to take another little short piece of tape and finish our horizontal transition, like that. And so then the last step is going to be to tape our vertical seams on either side of our flap. This can be whatever tape you've got that's qualified by the manufacturer to seal house wrap. And that pretty much takes care of the window install and the flashing on the exterior. We'll move over onto the interior side now and discuss the air sealing approach.